Good day to you. I want to speak a few things about motherhood and mom, how we can appreciate and how mom can fulfill the noblest calling, vocation, profession of them all. So I have called this the last bastion of civilization. Mother makes the shape of the home. Mother is the recipe for every home. Left brain management will run office, that anyone can. But right brain imagination, attention to detail, as mothers do, creativity, mystique, are far more personalized. Every bed has mom touch, and every cake has that special care. Last bastion to crash in civilization was not father bashing or busting, as bad as that was. The straw that broke the civilization camel's back was mom abdicating home. That was a sad thing. There is a passionate call for mom to be still the heroine of the house, mom to be the heroine of the house and heroine of the best call ever. So in the early years, from the mother's womb, it's the bonding with the mom that makes brain brilliant. So time spent with mom is directly related to the child's IQ capacity. That's scientific fact. So even in the womb, mother has to speak to the child. Take time even when you're at office to speak directly to the child, pray maybe and sing, directing at the child. That makes bonding even in the uterus effect, and that's the way children become brilliant. Then we have also the thing to factor in that mother is the one who makes intimacy, child internally safe, so the child is ready for deep relationships as she learnt it from mom. If mom was not there, bonding was deficient, then what happens is child fears relationship. A child who is not internally safe does not like to make deep relationships. This will have a telling effect on the persona of the child. So the mother is very important in intimate relationships and the brain brilliance by the fact that it is somehow mom's bonding that makes brain brilliant in the early years after birth also. Now, I have done this before, that dad affirms and gives the child the boundaries and gives the child how to take on the boundaries, how to keep the boundaries, but mom makes it internally safe every day. So the infant-directed speech by mom is the thing that helps the children to pick on, to get on to language. So the mother looking at the child and rolling the tongue and, directing and looking at the child and making those early gestures for speech is how they get their attention span and attention depth. That's how they get their phonemes, and language skills largely depend on the mother's bonding relationship with the child. And as we know, language formation, word formation and IQ are directly related to one another. So in the mother's role, these are very important aspects in the early learning years. Then I want to look at 7 characteristics. I can do this in 2 ways. The 7 characteristics that make mom and the 7 ages and mom's relationship. So I'll first go for the 7 characteristics that makes mom. Mom is the prophet at home. That's what it means by a right brain person. Mom is all amygdala wired, hippocampus, hypothalamus active, and she is quick to respond to the child in a bottom-up way, in a good sense. That is, immediately, intuitively, mom knows what the fellow is about. When he's going right or when he's going wrong, mom picks it up from intuition. This is called the prophetic nature or the prophecy nature. It means what dad doesn't see, mom sees, What dad doesn't hear, mom hears. What dad doesn't feel, mom feels. The way the child is growing up, and even about the destiny of the child, what this child will become. Mother begins to pick up greatness in the child that dad doesn't, what shall I say, that dad may not perceive. Dad will quickly see how a child is brilliant in mathematics and so on, how the child is brilliant in class and studies, but there's another kind of brilliance that mom sees. That brilliance is also valuable. So that is the prophecy nature, speculative nature of a mom, to be able to say, this is how this child is going. That is what the speculative nature is. This is how the child is growing. So tomorrow is Mom's Sunday. So I want to honor the moms and with encouragement and with what shall I say? Give an encouragement for their pivotal role in child development as well as society development. So that is the prophecy nature or the speculative nature, or seeing ahead of time, a right brain view of life, a kinesthetic, visual, acoustic view of life, and such a relationship, touch and see relationship, keeps a child's imagination alive, responds to the child's imagination. This does not mean that father's input is in any way secondary. It is just a facility that mother has that dad may not have. So when the child is into art, handicraft, mother is always there, hands-on. That's the mother's nature, the hands-on nature. This is what I mean by a prophetic nature, the see, touch, and hear nature of a mom. Then the second nature mom has is she is naturally the teacher, and she has to use all the meal times for teaching good habits and so on. Mom may be more at a meal time than dad, so she gets the best chance of the oxytocin, serotonin time of a child, which is what meal time is, happy and communicative. That's what oxytocin is about. Serotonin is about satisfaction. So those key times, mom is mostly there. And mom, you must try to be there. And if you give that time to the screen, of course, you lose your child's best investment time, mom. And the world cannot do without you. She is the recipe for home, while dad provides, but the recipe takes its hands off when the job is done. Cake is baked, so there's a time mom has to let go children, as we know, for them to find their certain ways. So mom can be sticky with her fingers, so to say, hands-on means sometimes she's too much hands-on. So then that dad variance comes when dad allows the children to thresh out, explore the boundaries. Mom will say, don't, but dad will say, try and see. So that mom's protective nature is useful, but you need to know that there's a time to be hands-off. Mother has to understand her role, keep in the womb so close inside her, risk her life for it, but when time comes, release for growth. What mother begins in the womb, mothering for her child, is what she also does for different seasons of life, which will be the second part of my talk, for her family life and home, and even for her husband and his career. She has a mothering or a nurturing or a foreseeing role. That's where I am. Second role of the mom is teacher. As I told you, teaching at meal times is a very important function. Not only alphabet, but good manners, prayers, good character, good habits, all those come very handy at meal times. So one more time I have to say, no screen at meal time. So all kinds of teaching, and then giving the toys one at a time. Don't clutter the playpen or the child surrounding with toys, and analog toys only. If you put the child on screen, then you are dumbing down the child. I call it child abuse. Yes, there's no electronic program that can do better than mom and siblings. No electronic program that can do better than mom. So all what you teach hands-on, face-to-face, is what makes brain brilliant, engaging all the faculties of the brain. So that is the teaching role. Then reading and all that goes with it. Then comes the third one, which is the encourager's role. It's like a coach role. The things you do side by side, that particular word is coming alongside her, alongside the child. Now this is her role for the whole family really. The original context of Eve, the mother of life, she was called the helpmeet of the family. Husband also. Helpmeet is a peculiar word in the original. It means who senses out, sniffs out what is best for a child or a situation or in a situation. It's a sniffing out. Thinks for, even for her husband, the best thing for him. So it's always acting for the best. Is that helpmeet role. The Greek word for that is parakletos. It means always considering the other's best. That's the nature ingrained in mom. So that is the encourager role, the coach role that mom applies all the time. Then the fourth role mom applies is, mom is a giver. The giving role, she always has things to give, not only food, time, love, hugs, all the 5 love languages. Mother is a giver. So the generosity role in the house is pioneered by mom. She's a real pioneer of it. She's the chairperson of the house as far as generosity goes. So her hands will always have something, her bottle will always have cookies or whatever, her refrigerator and larder will always be full to the extent finances provide. So mom, never give up on your generosity role, the giving role. Of course, with it goes the sacrificial role. So every month, when the periods come with pain and loss of blood, you are teaching sacrifice, you are getting ready for sacrifice, you are getting ready for risking your life also. That is the mom's role. And so sacrifice is taught to the family by mom, and the human race would not be there if mom was not there. And in this role of sacrifice is where mom teaches forgiveness. So when there's a family dispute, mom first starts the forgiveness role. Father starts the mistake management. Mom pioneers the forgiveness role. Both have to do this together. So mom keeps the calm. Mom supplies what others are lacking in grace or quietness, generosity, considering the other. So this generosity and forgiveness role is very much a mom role. So this is the principle of the cross also, that someone takes the cost for the wrong another does. Now this cost she already pays in a monthly blood loss, which is the cycle that keeps motherhood going. So she knows how to take pain, and bearing pain do good. Yes. Now recently there's an article that says applicable for mom and dad. Even if you take Panadol, the simple paracetamol, your empathic system dumps down, because paracetamol in its analgesia, killing pain role, also kills the empathy, interferes with the empathy pathways. So after Panadol or paracetamol, don't try to correct children or give counsel, because you will tend to be harsh. But I am on this point of the mother's liberality, the giving nature, generosity. Fifth quality a mother has to have is, of course, leadership. So she leads on all the things that dad misses on. Of course, dad has major roles to play in career choices, seasons of life that are changing. Dad has a big role in leading, but in all the things that dad is not leading, by default, mom has to lead. So mom is leader. So dad, you have to always speak in front of your children. In a way, mom is honored. So mom's first character role that fits her for the role is the prophetic nature, seeing things ahead of time, seeing things dad does not see about children, in good, bad and ugly situations. You will pick up that your son is something is going wrong with the fellow. That's that nature of intuition, because amygdala is always stimulated, hypothalamus and hippocampus are connected. That is the alertness a mom carries to know that the son has changed or the daughter has changed. Second thing I touched on was the teacher, especially at meal times, the teacher time. Of course, you will get on to the children's studies and so on. But mothers tend to be a little exacting when they start teaching, so you have to watch that thing. You try to get it absolutely right. Life is not always absolutely right. And mother has a tremendous capacity for nitty-gritty details. That's how every bit of curry, every bit of spices, every bit of coriander and cinnamon and all that. So you have a God-given ingrained nature for detail. So you can teach that to parents. When dad starts doing something, a whole lot of other people have to come and help him to get everything right. You know that, yeah. Then fourth nature is generosity. The third nature is coaching. Fourth nature is sacrifice and generosity and sacrifice. Fifth nature is leading. I said leading in all the things that dad doesn't lead. And there are other things in which mom leads. It happens automatically. Respect for the opposite sex comes from mom. Even if it's girl or boy, respect for the opposite sex comes from mom. That's the thing that mom begins to apply. Children absorb from mom. And in this respect is included a healthy attitude for sex. And the child begins to know what is not right very early. So there's a way of knowing, this is taught again and again, what touch is wrong touch. It's the mother who says it, mother who supervises it, but it is also known scientifically that right attitude to sex comes from mom, the right boundaries. Father, of course, leads in it, but mom makes it always safe inside the child about sexuality. Then if the mother is a very masculine-like, ferocious role, then the child misses out on his sexual orientation. That is dangerous. So mom must be mom. The sixth quality that mom has is in mercy and acts of kindness, the soft part of life. Mom imparts that, help for the poor and so on, mercy and all those qualities that go with mercy. And then you teach the child, life is not run on law, life is run on second chances, mercy. Seventh character that mother inculcates in the child is service, diakonia, serving others, elder serving the younger, getting children involved in household chores, cleaning, cooking, gardening, all that. Mom, this has to be intentionally done. You need to have time for it, because we need a generation who know to serve. Otherwise, everybody is waiting till somebody serves them. So don't neglect that seventh quality, character that you have to impart for your children, that they will be able to serve also. In this mercy part, I should have mentioned, mom is the one who teaches children to take the failures on the bump, or shall I say failure management. Mistake management, dad redirects, but failure management needs the mom's soft touch. When failure comes, mom sits with the child till dad builds up the child to a position that child can then take on dad's advice to go forward. There's a time when a child can't go forward. During that time, it's the mom who sits with the child and so on. Just like when the child is sick, it's mom who spends more time, and mom's nature is mom spends more time with the child who's handicapped. But father has a nature to lead into best things and brilliance. That's okay, but mom has to play the role of I'm there for you in your failure. Not that dad shouldn't say that, but mom is particularly important for a child to get that right. So, molding home in the shape of the mother, there's a mother heart of God also. Many people think God is masculine because we have the Lord's Prayer saying, Our Father which art in heaven. But Mary in his Magnificat got a very, very good sense of the mother's heart, that she helps you to pick up the fallen, consider the poor, the broken, those who go wrong. So she's always into lifting up people for more than they can do. So that is the mother's nature, yes. So it's a sad thing because of financial exigencies. Mother may be abdicating home nowadays. It shouldn't be. This noble profession of mother as housemaker must be restored. Something that needs to be corrected is that it is thought that women are better at multitasking. Research shows it is not so. What happens is when they are into multitasking, even in office, trying to balance career and home, they let up on the things of empathy, things that are close to the heart. They automatically let up. Those are the things that get dropped. So mom, you have to watch it, and dad, you have to help her in that she doesn't drop the empathy things. She doesn't drop the amygdala things, the things of, things of feeling and imagination, making it nice for everybody. She will drop out on that, and she will also become rigorous, like a boss, and job-oriented. So multitasking is a myth. Actually what woman does is drop off some of her womanly ways. Mom, work outside if finances compel you, but you must never abdicate your queen role at home. That's your Twitter address. Generations cry out, Mom, come home. We are weary, come home. We can't be a latchkey generation. Mom, come home. We lost our fathers long ago to the corporate professions, maybe to the gym, maybe for Lions Club and Rotarians, but you must be at home. We can manage without dad even till 9 p.m., but without you, Mom, home sounds like the catacombs and looks like the tsunami-ravaged beach and feels like the bottomless pit. Mom, come home. So, Mom, you mold seasons and careers. So, let me get into this. So, mom's role when the child is under 5 is she's like everything. Then you must, by the time they have to go to school, you must let up. Give them independent time, meaning under your supervision, but they begin to do more and more. Then comes a certain corridor. At 8, they begin to recognize the opposite sex. Then you must keep watch even over brother and sister. You have to take care. Then, I have told this before, it's only till the age of 14 that memory tracks will be developing. So please minimize on screen. Please, I can't emphasize this enough. Please minimize on screen. My 181st clip yesterday was with a corporate that wanted advice on digital burnout. It is available on my timeline and YouTube. You can get there. It's bilingual. It's short, sharp, fairly comprehensive if you want to send it to someone else. If you want any more clips of this kind of talks, please send me a WhatsApp message to +94 77 49 59 214. I'm Dr. Lalith Mendis. My last substantive post was at head of Department of Pharmacology in Calgary Medical Faculty. But in my life vocation, I have taken these paths that I am talking to you about. So mom, at 14, 13, adolescent years, it's a gate. You must recognize it and then introduce the child, introduce the son and daughter to more of father contact. You have to insist that at 13, 14, father must be there. I'm suggesting every day at 7 p.m. make it happy family hour, dad. That's a priority at 7 p.m. any day. You must be more available to your family at 7 p.m. any day. Yes, so mother, you have, without getting into fisticuffs, you have to encourage that scenario. And of course, meal times, you are the managers of every meal time. More home cooked food is there. More kids adopt empathic measures. More you buy from outside, more demanding they become. That's the fact. So then, of course, passing 17, 18, A-level years and career choices, dad has to be very involved in it, but mother has to supply the coaching for what the dad may lay down. He must also be coach and mentor. Mother, you have to take interest in that. And as I said, there are things that dad may not lead in by default. They come on you. Then, of course, preparing the child for sexuality and to recognize the shape of the partner to be. A mom is very involved in this. Speak to them early about sexual stuff, what not to do, what is dangerous, what never to experiment with. You must start that. It's not a hard chat, but you must start that on. And with boys, it is dad who starts that on. So when the young lady or the young man is ready for their life choice, once in life, mom, you would have discipled the fellow so much. Yes. Then few more thoughts about mom and yes. So here it is, mom, I've known you young with fire in the eye and ire in the mouth. Now I see you with silver on the head and your wrinkles are now your necklace. But let me tell you, mom, you are more fab now than then. All my kids wait for grandma more eagerly. Once it was only the bedroom wall that separated you, mom. Every night I remember your breath of prayer on my sleepy face. As angels smiled, you smiled too. Now alas, ocean divides us, mom. Two different countries. What a sad choice, isn't it? Had I known, I may not have done it. Thank God for Skype, WhatsApp and all that, but nothing like your silver hair on my kid's face, mom. Come soon. There is a daughter living overseas, hoping mom would be there. I'd like to introduce you to some books. This is my, where is that book? This is my Mom and Dad and Mistake Management book. These books are available from Brookside Bookshop at 374 Leslie Ranagala Mawatha Borella, that is near the Oval, or at Sarasavi and Vijayapa. It's available online also, so if you do sarasavi.lk plus Lalith Mendis, you'll get these books. This is Right Learning and Recovery of Childhood. This is Children Come to Me. This is my latest, fairly technical, Let's Be Screen Smart. Most of these books are available in Sinhala and in English. This is Parenting in a Digital Age. The foreword for this is written by the warden of St. Thomas's College, my old school, and by Professor Rohan Jasekar, the former Dean of Medical Faculty, a personal friend. And this is Children, Our Heritage and Future. This is a very technical book, Winning the Digital War. Many of these have family-related material. So I came up to the point of preparing your child for marriage and family life. Marriage is once for all, no experiments. That's how God designed marriage. So after marriage, I'm not going to refer to it. Then, of course, I have done a clip on wisdom years after 43. I made it a point that up to 43, mother sacrifices so much. At 43, husband needs to step in, and by that time, the handsome professional, the young man, the husband at 43, you might have learned sacrifice from your wife, okay? It took a long time, isn't it? 16 years. Suppose you married at 28 as most do, then you have had 15 years of education, tutorials, tutelage, tuition, by the time you come to 43, to learn sacrifice from your wife. Thank you for listening. We will meet again at another time.